What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the RTG career mode. This is episode number 14. We're starting today's off on the back of our loss to Manchester United Old Trafford out of the Europa League in the quarter-final stages, but 7 games to go in the league. Got to pick ourselves up now. 6 points clear of Atletico Madrid, and because of our superior goal difference record and the head-to-head record being the exact same, realistically, just 5 wins will probably do it, and it certainly will if we avoid defeating one of the other 2 games as well. So, 5 wins, that's now the target. And as we go into the first game of the final 7, Villarreal at home. Let's just say I was looking for revenge, because I talk about this quite a lot, but like when you've had a loss and it's been a big loss or a damaging loss, if you've been comfortably beaten by a side that's far better than you, okay, fair enough, maybe you can allow for that, if you will. But in a game where you played well, you just didn't get over the green, or you got thrashed, or whatever else, you want to go into the next game with intent, trying to bounce back. And I really feel that is just so crucial. It's a mindset thing. It's a mindset thing. Just sort of up your intensity, up your aggressiveness, be more assertive, and I guarantee 9 times out of 10 you'll get the result. Sometimes too, when you come on the back of a loss, it's very natural to sort of go into yourself, become a little bit more passive, a little bit more submissive, not throw yourself around a little bit, and I'm talking about in all walks of life here, not just FIFA. But when you are on the back of a loss, sometimes it is just very natural for you to again recede into your shell a little bit and think maybe I've stepped out of my comfort zone a little bit. To me, that's not the right mentality. The right mentality is you literally jump straight back up and go into the very next game and literally go as assertive as you can. So for this following game here, that's exactly what I did. We led inside the first 5 minutes, and then we scored our second 21 minutes in through that man once again. He is just a cheat code in this year's FIFA, honestly. This is the first time I've used him since FIFA 17, I think, in my Middlesbrough career mode. A long time ago, 6 years ago, but a damn Traore. Going to win the Golden Boot now, not even a question. Gets an assist for Kepa. Yep, Kepa's made a massive difference to our team this year, hence why we've got the best defensive record in the division, and after we claimed that corner, he kicked it long. He's got such a great kicking stat. It's so important to me on my goalkeepers. And Traore goes the length of the half to slot it home and make it 2. So again, would then make it 3. And at the break, I knew this game was done. We were going to get 1 of the 5 wins we needed. But like I said, I didn't want to just leave it there. I wanted to get more goals on the board and win even bigger, because it can really flip your mindset completely. Like when you have a big loss but then a big win directly afterwards, it doesn't mean that the big loss, counts for anything more or less. It's still the exact same. It's still 0 points, or a knockout in the competition, or a loss in the group stage, whatever. But the point is, psychologically, it does. Psychologically, when you bounce back, a great example actually is Brighton. Brighton and over Albion, obviously, as we know, what a tremendous season for Roberto De Zerbi. Going to be playing European football next season. What a phenomenal achievement for the first time in club history, as Real Madrid beat Atletico Madrid. That saw us extend the gap to 9 points, and that would mean we could possibly, depending on other results, win the title with just 2 games in our final 6, though 4 would definitely do it. But Brighton are a great example. They lost to Everton 4-1 very recently, of course. Sean Dyche's side went to the South Coast, and they absolutely tore Brighton apart. And no one really saw that coming. Like, no one, let's be honest here, Everton fans might have done, but not many people saw that coming based on the difference in form both teams have had this year. But what did Brighton do the very next game? Great interview on the High Performance podcast with Brighton's chief exec, Paul Barber. He talked about how De Zerbi said to the boys afterwards, take a couple of days off, reset, forget about it, and then go again at the Emirates on Sunday. And the interview was recorded before the game against Arsenal. But of course, we know what happened in that game at Arsenal. They went to the Emirates in North London and they won 3-0. They had a terrible bad loss and then they bounced back with a big win. Right now, is anyone thinking about Brighton's loss to Everton? Like, is anyone sitting there thinking, oh yeah, what about that loss to Everton? What about when Sean Dyche came and they humiliated the Seagulls, played off the park in their backyard? No one's thinking about it, because the following game they won 3-0, and then they qualified for the Europa League by beating Southampton in the Conference League. But they qualified for Europe regardless with back-to-back wins. The point I'm trying to make is that if you can follow on from a loss and you can bounce back directly afterwards, psychologically, it puts that loss that you had all the way to the back of your mind, and you're not even paying one bit of attention to it. So, like, yeah, to me, it's one of the biggest tips I can give for those that are doing long seasons and long saves and long RTGs, or just in general, whether you're playing online or whatever. If you've had a loss, go into the following game. Don't be tense. Don't be nervous. Play without fear. Play like you ordinarily would, and play for a big win as well. Because if you get it, that loss you just had, that will become a distant memory very, very quickly. Anyway, following game, on the back of the win there to Villarreal, we then took on Osasuna away from home, aiming to get possibly one of the two, maybe potentially 2 wins we need to win the title, and we would get it, and we'd win 2-0. Unfortunately, we had our 3rd goal disallowed for offside. It's just such a shame as well, because it was just offside. Right decision, Fran Villalba with a toe over the line there, but that was a wonderful little team goal there, wrapped up with a Rabona goal. There's something about cutbacks when there's still defenders around. It really feels so cool. I talk about that one extra pass mentality. It's always so cool. But we still got to win regardless, despite the disallowed goal. And as you would have seen, Atletico Madrid slipped up once again. They only got a point away against Girona, and that would mean we would now go 11 points clear. So, depending on results, if we win our following game against Betis and Atletico would fail to match our result, that would see us crowned La Liga champions. It also pays homage to the fact that form is just so OP in FIFA CM. I mean, honestly, you know, we saw Barcelona, like, they were literally not running away with it, but at the start of the season, we were several points behind them, and they had not an unassailable lead, like I mentioned, but it was still a very big lead. Now they're in 3rd. Even though Atletico just slips up back to back, they're still in 3rd place by a point or 2. That shows you how OP form is. When a team's in good form, they're almost unstoppable. As soon as they slip up once or twice, it can be so hard for them to break out of that funk. So, yeah, it's one of those things where I would say to EA, like, listen, form should be in the game, because form is a real thing. No one's going to deny that. When a team's in good form, likely it is they've got a more higher chance of winning the next game than they would if they're out of form. Everyone accepts that as just a common fact. But it's too OP in FIFA career mode. Like, it's far too OP. Barcelona have literally just dropped off the table so quickly. It's ludicrous, man. They haven't been a threat for us for weeks. Absolutely weeks they haven't been a threat for us. It's been a 2-horse race. We're at the start of the season. Again, they weren't dominating, but they were several points clear. And that, to me, is the case there. Like, form is just a bit too OP. It should be in the game, yes, but it's a bit too OP. Atletico going for the title, you know, so recently, top of the table, and now, well, we could win the title with 4 games to go if we win this game and they fail to match our results. So yeah, following game, Betis, the lads from Seville, coming to take us on here in Andalusia. We actually fell behind early in the first half, but would find our leveller for you know who. Is that Tony Yeboah or Adama Traore? Well, he struck the ball like Tony Yeboah. Yup, Leeds fans will know that name. Smacks it in off the underside of the crossbar, and Traore gets us our leveller just after the restart here. Like I said, man, this guy's a cheat code, honestly. He's just... It almost feels a bit unfair when he gets going, because no one's going to stop him. But even so, the game finished 1-1. I couldn't find a winner, so I did battle back to claim a point. It was not the 3 points that could have potentially saw us win the title. But as I skipped through with Atletico playing the following day on the Sunday afternoon, I simulated through to Monday to see how they got on their Sunday fixture against Girona. Sorry, the previous game slipped up on. I said it was Girona. It was actually Mallorca. But first tips against Mallorca. Did it slip up against Girona as well? Yes, they did. 1-1 away from home. So that's 3 straight slip-ups for Atletico Madrid. And okay, fair enough. The first of 3 games was a Madrid derby. Real Madrid desperate to save their season and finish in the top 4. But, are you kidding me? 2 points from a possible 9 for the lads that were at, you know, such a recent stage in the season leading the way. And Barcelona are still in 3rd place despite these slip-ups. It just goes to show you right there that, like, form to me... It just needs to be toned down. Like, if I was in charge of career mode, well, firstly, I can tell you this, I'll make sure it's a better game than it is right now. But secondly, that's one of the first things I would change. The overpoweredness of form does need a little bit of tweaking, let's be honest here. Like, how many times do you see a team just absolutely fall apart in the race for a title? Oftentimes, it happens every single season, and I say we do. Anyway, for the 4th and final game, this would do it. If we would beat Real Sociedad away from home, this would guarantee the title regardless of what Atletico would do. So travelling to the north of Spain here in the Basque region, get the win here at the Real Arena, and we would be La Liga champions with what would be 3 games to spare. So right from kickoff, on the back of the draw there to Batiste, I wanted to go straight at Sociedad, actions not words, and get ourselves back to winning ways straight away. Had the first goal of chances, first clearance denying a certain goal, and then 15 minutes in, Fran Villar finds Sergio Busquets, lovely back heel to Adama Traore, and of course, the speedy Spaniard going for that golden boot gets yet another, and it is no doubt his golden boot. Now, 24 goals in 34 games. I won't get him to the 40 club this season, but he is definitely going to win the golden boot now. So Traore gives us the goal, and as things stand, we're going to win the title. Sociedad, we're going to give up though. We're going to look for their leveller, and 33 minutes into the game, a great save by Kepa denied Abel Ruiz from getting their leveller, and then right before half-time here, as they work their ball forward after a really, really nice passing move here. Eventually, Busquets beaten a little bit too easily for me, maybe showing a lack of physicality there, but Abel Ruiz, 18 yards from goal, smashes it past Kepa, and Sociedad have their leveller right before the break. How many times do you concede or score a goal with the final kick of the half, either first or second? It's so frequent. But Sociedad find their leveller. It was an eccentric and electric first half. Would there be any chance in the second? Well, not until with 4 minutes to go, where it looked as though we were set for back-to-back 1-1 draws. Sociedad, with 3.5 minutes on the clock, give the ball away, and Adama Traore beats his man who passed him the ball, missed pass, to his feet for pace, of course, and smacks it home. And it's only fitting that the goal that sees us win the title is A, scored by our number 11 Traore for his 25th of the year and the golden boot winner, and also B, scored by his style of play. Rapidly running past the back line and smacking it home past the goalkeeper on a 1-on-1. Yep, 2 on the final score. Traore's brace and his late winner ensures that we win the title, bouncing back with a win there against Real Sociedad. 3 games to go, but mathematically we cannot be caught. Atletico Madrid still 11 points behind with 3 games to go. The title is now ours. But that will end today's episode of the RTG Career, guys. Big fan of watching. Hope you have enjoyed. If you have, then please drop a like. So you all have a fantastic day. I will return in the next episode with the series finale, not just the season finale. I'll explain more in the next one very soon.